On Andhra Pradesh, no dearth of drama with Pawan Kalyan as the Deputy Chief Minister in the state. He's announced that he will not take a salary to highlight the difficult financial situation the state is in, and has pointed out that the Panchayati Raj department is struggling for funds. This even as the entire cabinet, including Chief Minister Chandrababu Naidu and the Deputy Chief Minister, went door to door in different parts of the state to distribute enhanced pension that was promised on the TDP's election manifesto. The estimated allocation is over 4,400 crores monthly and is politically important for the TDP to demonstrate its commitment to the poll promises that it's made. But with several other welfare schemes to be implemented, the question really is how is the state, which has a huge fiscal deficit and enormous public debt, going to raise the funds needed? A special discussion up ahead, but first, this reaction from the Deputy Chief Minister, Pawan Kalyan.
నాకే క్యాంప్ ఆఫీస్ ఇస్తే నన్ను అడుగుతా ఉన్నారు ఏం చేయమంటారు మరమ్మతులు ఏం చేయగల అలా ఉంచండి అన్నాను. కొత్త ఫర్నిచర్ నేను కొనకండి, నేను తెచ్చుకుంటాను అవసరమైతే. అలాగే మన సెక్రటేరియట్ నుంచి స్టాఫ్ వచ్చారు. మీకు ఈ మధ్యన అసెంబ్లీకి వచ్చారు కదా, మీకు జీతం ఈ 3-4 రోజులు కలిపి మీకు 35,000 వస్తుంది మీకు అని సంతకాలు పెట్టే మనస్కరించాలి. నేనేమనుకున్నాను, జీతం తీసుకొని పని చేద్దాం అనుకుంటే యాక్చువల్లీ లోపలికి వెళ్ళి పంచాయతీ నిధులను చూస్తూ ఉంటే డబ్బులు లేవు. పంచాయతీ శాఖలు ఎన్ని వేల కోట్ల అప్పులు ఉన్నాయో తెలియట్లా. ఒక్కొక్క హెడ్ తవ్వే కొద్దీ, అంటే ఒక్కొక్క దానికి ఏ హెడ్ కింద ఎంత ఖర్చు అవసరం ఉంది తవ్వే కొద్దీ అసలు అనంతంగా లోపలికి వెళ్తానే ఉంది. మాకు ఒకటే అనిపించింది, ఇవన్నీ కరెక్ట్ చేయాలి. ఇవన్నీ ఇంత అప్పుల్లో మనకి పంచాయతీరాజ్ శాఖ ఉన్నప్పుడు నాలాంటూ డబ్బులు తీసుకోవడం చాలా తప్పు అనిపించింది. అందుకని వాళ్ళు చెప్పి నేను జీతాన్ని వదిలేస్తున్నాను, నా జీతాలు ఏం వద్దు కానీ నా దేశం కోసం, మా నేల కోసం పని చేస్తాను.
Joining us now, Mr. Kanakamedala Ravindra Kumar, former Rajya Sabha MP of the Telugu Desam Party and someone very close to the party leadership. Sir, thanks very much for speaking to us as the state begins implementing politically important welfare schemes like the enhanced pension scheme and demonstrates its commitment to election promises. The question really is, how much is it going to cost the state, and how is a financially fragile state, as you've several times admitted, going to generate the funds for these schemes and ensure their delivery over a period of time?
Yes, despite of financial constraints, our government has taken a primary view that both welfare and development has to go together. Initially, as per the promise made by our Chief Minister during elections in his manifesto, increase of pensions from 3,000 to 4,000 from April onwards. Now with arrears, April, May, June, and the present month pension total outcome together is 7,000. They are paying today, and they have been paying. For the purpose of generating that pension amounts, the government, it's from its revenue, now first priority is pensions to the pensionaries, pensions to the retired employees, and salaries to the government employees. It's taken first priority. Accordingly, the amount which are available with the government have taken for the purpose of distributing pensions on first itself.
Sir, but the question really is that, is there a plan in place? Is there a concrete solution that the government has envisaged on where it's going to get the funds from? That's my focus question.
You are aware that our government has fallen in within just 15 days back. That we have certain plans and we are working together how to generate income, how to create wealth, and then how to make the self-sufficient governance. For that purpose, our Chief Minister has long-term plans are there. But in order to attend the immediate needs like pensions, salaries, and other immediate needs, to create infrastructure, to maintain, not create. The infrastructure has been in doldrums. For the last 5 years rule, The state government has gone back to 25 years. Now it is our primary assurance is to create maintenance infrastructure, and in order to run the state for the initial stage, now we have taken the priorities. In due course, definitely we will come to that, meet the necessities, and we will create the wealth. And also, our government priority is also Amaravati capital, and also like Polavaram project. Now the experts are visiting Polavaram project now. One after another, it will take. Our government has taken vote about 15 days back. Now we are taking priorities. You can't promise and you can't fulfill all the promises within 1 month. It is a priority wise, That is, the government has got several priorities. Initial priorities is pensioners' wealth.
No. Sir, another focused question. Will the onus now be on the centre to revive the state financially? Has there been the contours of a possible package, the scale of it, been discussed with the centre already? What can you share with us?
The clarity will come in due course. There is no doubt about it. We are in good terms with the government since we are in NDA. Definitely, we appraise the situation to the Government of India and also the Honorable Finance Minister and the Prime Minister. Our Chief Minister is also planning to visit Delhi, and he will come to Delhi and he will have a dialogue with the government, central government, and other concerned Prime Minister and other ministers. Definitely, we will work out and check out the program. There is no hurry for this, but we have to plan one after another. But our priorities is only interest of the state. We have no other obligations with the central government, like earlier Chief Minister, former Chief Minister. There are no cases to be resolved. There are no cases to be settled. And there is no corruption at all. If the corruption is, curtailed in the state of Andhra Pradesh, we can enhance the pensions also. Likewise, we have been doing that. Definitely, our government have got certain priorities, and we will our Chief Minister has got plans. Our Chief Minister is a visionary leader. Earlier in 1999, he has taken a vision of 2020. Now he has taken a vision 2047. Definitely, he is a visionary leader. He has a foresight. We will work out plan, and accordingly, we will fulfill the promises which were made during the election in our manifesto.
Okay, thanks very much, Mr. Ravindra Kumar, for joining us. I'm also joined by my colleagues Uma Sudhir, as well as the Bureau Chief of the Hindu in Andhra Pradesh, Sumit Bhattacharjee, who's been writing extensively about the rocky road ahead for Chandrababu Naidu. As you two heard there from Mr. Ravindra Kumar, no dearth of political digs at the opponent, but there seems to be a huge dearth of funds as far as the state is concerned. Uma, is there a plan in place? What are you hearing from the ministers? Because it's one thing to promise several of these schemes, but given the state's fragile finances, if there is no clear plan in place, it could be very, very difficult to sustain them.
It's a honeymoon period, and Chandrababu Naidu and his government are making sure to say that we are walking the talk. We made all those promises, and we are now on the path of implementation, and that we are very serious about the promises that we made, and that's the reason why not just the pensions for this month, but even the arrears for the last 3 months have been given away, and therefore 7,000 rupees instead of the 4,000 rupees. So people are certainly going to be happy with this kind of a beginning, and Chandrababu Naidu making sure that he's going to the people's doorstep to do that. There was this controversy about the volunteer system itself, that he is going to scrap the volunteer system and that door delivery won't be there. And Pawan Kalyan making that announcement that, see, we have about 6,000 employees and they have already completed more than 92% of the delivery, and therefore this can happen smoothly even without that volunteer system in between. And very interestingly, he's talking about foregoing the benefits that he can get in terms of a salary or attending the assembly, and saying that's because he says the Panchayati Raj department, the figures that he has seen so far Andhra are indicating a very poor health, and that's the reason. So what I would think is that right now they're going to come out first with the 7 white papers that they have said till the 18th of July, and by that time you would know what the state of the finances is, what is the situation for Polavaram, Amravati, on energy, on liquor, all those policies, and then they will talk about what they can do further, because just a simple calculation, 4,400 crore rupees if you're going to spend every month just on pensions, then yearly you're going to spend at least 52,000 crore just on pensions. And you'd remember that overall in the total YSRCP rule, they spoke about 2.48 lakh crore.
Right.
So only on pensions you're going to be spending that amount, and there are 6 guarantees that the TDP has promised. So things not looking good. And yes, I must one last point that Chandrababu Naidu is in fact going to Delhi on July 4, the first visit to Delhi after he became Chief Minister, and therefore the asks that he is going to put forward to Nirmala Sitharaman and the central government, that is what is going to be very critical to watch, what he will ask for and what will be given. Bihar
That's
has
an
already
important
spoken
point
about
that you're
special
making
category
there.
status, and Sharmila, Congress chief, has spoken about.
Let me take that
speaking
across
about,
to
yes,
Sumit
why
as
isn't
well.
he asking for special
Sumit,
category
is it
status?
clear that
That's
the
what
centre
Congress
will
chief is
have to
asking.
foot the bill eventually in terms of the scale of it that's coming up?
Well, Raghuveer, it may not be the entire bill, but the government, state government, is hoping that centre would come out with some sort of an SOPs or some finances to support the state government. That's the hope that Naidu's always have been pinning on since beginning, not only the entire AP government, that they're hoping the centre would come up with some financial assistance. But as Uma has said, then it's going to be a rocky road up ahead for Naidu, because, as you said, where is the finances that he would get? But for 33 to 40,000 crores for pension alone, plus the 6 guarantees is a big thing that he has promised, and he has to generate that amount. If he increases the taxes, then again it's a problem for the voters he has. So he cannot increase the taxes, he cannot increase the liquor prices. So he hands are tied behind. But let's see. I think Naidu is a smart operator, so he should be able to work out something. And hoping the centre would come pitch in with something.
Okay, but very briefly, Sumit, despite being a smart operator, there needs to be clarity in terms of where the funds going to come from once you've started the project. As Uma was mentioning, there are several other welfare guarantees itself. What are you hearing from the government? You've done the optics as far as the pension scheme is concerned. Do they expect to roll out the other schemes as well and then go to the centre, or do they want to go this stage by stage?
No, I think they're going to roll out the scheme, because if they don't roll out the scheme, it will be the same story what he did in 2014. So that's there in the back of their mind, that the schemes have to be rolled out. But at the same time, the finances, yes, that is one. Until he's now looking at the financial chart of what is the financial position. That's what he said. One of the white papers is on the finances. How good are the finances of the state? What can be done? He's working on that. Probably that is one area. Once he gets a clarity on that, the government has not come out with a proper plan so far. But once he gets a clarity on that, because then they'll come out with a plan how to go about it. Because he has Polavaram, he has Amravati, he has too many things in his basket right now.
Right.
So,
Right, a lot of things for Uma to keep looking out for in terms of how this is going to play out. But I Sumit, thanks very much for joining us and sharing those thoughts. But